Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Do you have a life verse? I know many people who have, but I have so many favorites that I really haven't been able to narrow it down to just one. Our passage today would be a good life verse for King Jehoshaphat. His ancestor, King David, wrote these verses in his latter years as an observation of a godly man who had been far from perfect. He wrote, "The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand." In Hebrew, it's hard to tell who's delighting here, God or the godly man. Some translations say something like, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way." Or, "The Lord directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of their lives." I'm thinking either translation would be true. When we delight in the Lord, He delights in us. This passage describes King Jehoshaphat's life because he stumbled several times. Toward the beginning of his reign, in 2 Chronicles 18, he allied himself with Ahab, both by taking King Ahab's daughter as a wife for his son, and by joining Ahab in a battle that he knew he should not fight. But when God sent a prophet to rebuke him, Jehoshaphat responded by traveling all over his domain to bring his people back to the Lord God of their fathers. He followed that with reforms, sending Levites and judges throughout Judah, establishing the law of God as the law of the land. He delighted in the Lord and His word, and the Lord delighted in him. Toward the end of his reign, Jehoshaphat allied himself again with the northern kingdom, this time Ahab's son, King Ahaziah, to make ships to expand trade. But the Lord destroyed the ships. He didn't allow Jehoshaphat to go any farther with this alliance because he knew it wasn't good for him or for the people of Judah. Yes, Jehoshaphat failed many times, but God didn't let him fall. Why? Because Jehoshaphat delighted in the Lord, and the Lord delighted in him. When a crisis appeared, Jehoshaphat and his people turned to the Lord. God proved Himself mighty and sovereign over their situation, and He held them up before the nations. As Jehoshaphat sought God and delighted in His ways, he removed the high places and sent teachers throughout Judah. Meanwhile, God gave him riches, power, and honor, and sent the fear of the Lord on the surrounding nations, so they not only had peace, but their enemies brought tribute in abundance. As we delight in the Lord, God may not lavish riches, power, and honor on us, but He delights in us in so many other ways. For example, He gives us joy in abundance. You can't get that anywhere else. And He gives us the peace that passes all understanding. Do you delight in the Lord? And how has He blessed you by delighting in Him?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.